My mom was in prison. My dad was out of my life since I was 4. Didn't have a relationship with him. He was in and out of jail in the streets. They were both heroin addicts, both gang members. And my grandfather was a gang member too, so I came from a long line of just so much destruction, so much chaos.
It's a fantastic story of caring for troubled youth of our communities. An early Knights leader, Judge Joseph Scott, commissioned the Knights of Columbus with the building of this chapel. This chapel was dedicated in 1951 and funding provided by the Knights of Columbus. It's the keystone to the whole program. The Knights have done this in partnership with the Brothers of Holy Cross, and especially Brother John Crow, who has been here for 56 years.
I come from a family that's very dysfunctional. My parents both were drug addicts. I remember my mom putting me in the trash containers to get food out. I'd be embarrassed trying to get food, but that was our life, and I was used to it. I remember my mom working and not getting paid with money because she preferred food because my dad would take the money and use it for drugs. So it was a rough life. When I came to Rancho, I met Brother John, greatest guy in the world. He was like my mentor. I consider him my father, a father figure to me. He's everything.
I joined the Brothers of Holy Cross in 1958. They sent me out here in 1961. I've been here since that time, and I think that it was God's plan right along, which sometimes we don't see it that way maybe to begin with or even afterwards. Well, our mission has always been to work with teenage boys with difficulties. The process is really kind of individualized in the sense that all of the kids may have the same needs, but they're not ready to accept some of them or partake in some of them. These boys have always been from a background of a lot of gang members throughout all of Los Angeles, and so there's problems there to begin with when they see a fellow gang member that they don't know at all. So the process there is to break down by the dormitory-style living that under the color of our skin or the size of our body, we still have the same needs in life. The Knights of Columbus became involved at Rancho with us here in order to make sure that this thing got together, because otherwise it would have been closed down. They built the dormitories, they built the dining hall, they built this chapel, they helped build the gym, thanks to the Knights of Columbus.
I was, back in the days, we used to call a rebel without a cause type of thing. The gang mentality was there, not as intense as it is nowadays, but it was pretty much there. But the staff here, the adults here, were good role models. They're very supportive. The Brother John, he was my counselor. The major thrust of my progress was when we had to talk about what was going on inside my head. And that's not easy. Once you start tearing down those walls, you hit some very sensitive points. And that elicited a lot of tears and anger. Most anger, especially with adolescents, is just another way of crying.
The thing that surprised me the most about being here was that people actually really cared about me. I had never had that, not even my own family. So the thing that was the most shocking was that I was lovable, that people that didn't even know me began to care for me more than my own parents did. That was a painful, bittersweet shock to my system that just rattled my whole existence. My social worker became like a surrogate mother to me and still is. She really loved me. That actually is what transformed me the most.
They say love is shown through action, and Rancho and what they value, basically, just love is spoken. Been working at Rancho for the past 15 years. It's all about giving away the information, the knowledge, the resources, everything that was given to me, and to try to do that for other people. I say without Rancho, that I would be dead or in jail. Even at this point in time in my life, 25 years later, I would either be dead or in jail still.
I grew up in the city of Pacoima, so Pacoima is a very poor city, and my parents didn't have a lot of money, so in my head, that's what I thought that was my destiny. I was getting into a lot of trouble, I was ditching school. I don't know where I'd be right now, honestly. Like, Rancho really changed my life. I can really say that. It changed my life. It made my life better. It made my life have meaning.
If I can give one piece of hope, your reality and what you're living, it's real, but it's not the only option. Gangs, drugs, even though you're surrounded by it, there's other choices, there's other lifestyles, there's other neighborhoods, there's just a lot more that you can do.
I had a PO visit, and she was really pushing my buttons about my family and how messed up they were. And I could not face that, deal with it, and I raged out. I screamed at her, and I ran out of the meeting, and my social worker was there. And I ran to the gate, the front gate, and my social worker ran after me. I was ready to just leave and just say, screw all this, I'm done, I'm gonna go back to my old life. And she ran after me and stopped me at the front gate. I can still remember this moment, because no one had ever cared about me enough. In my darkest moment, she was able to come after me and give me nothing but love. Nothing ever topped that. No one had ever done that for me. That's the kind of place this is.
Rancho San Antonio was able to give me like the outlook of life where I could be someone better and not be the same person as I was, as where I grew up in. It just really gave me that motivation to change my life, to go into a better path.
The mission of the Knights of Columbus is to serve the dignity of life and promote the dignity of life from the very beginning of life until the end of life. Rancho is indeed one of the great heritages of the Knights of Columbus in California. And it is our hope to be able to continue in providing service to Rancho and to our Lord for many years to come.
So there is a mystique, I think, on this campus, and it's God, as far as I'm concerned. It's His instilling a peace here that isn't in so many places, etc. that way. Many of the people here have written, the mothers have written letters after kids leave here saying, I found such peace, my son found such peace, and you can't attribute that to us human beings trying to do the thing. It's the work of God.